Hello guys, welcome back to our Laravel part 5 Crud application. So our last part, we work on how to edit our student by the help of the model and the ID. So in this part, I'll work on the delete button here. So that when we click the delete button, it will ask us a question whether we want to delete the student or not. So how to do that? Let's get into the code and let me show you how to do that. Okay, so here is our code. Let's open our index.blade.php where our codes are in. So let's scroll up to the edit model here. As you see the edit model here, let's copy our model. Let me just give some space. Okay, so here's our model, our edit model. So let's copy our edit model. Copy the edit model here and come down here, give space, and let's paste it here. Okay, paste it here. So now let's do some changes on this model. I will change this name to delete model. Okay, delete student model, and I will change the ID of the model. It will be delete. Okay, it will be example model delete. Okay, so now let's remove some fields that are not required in our form. So inside the form here, this route I will change it to student destroy like this, and I will change this form method to delete. Okay, delete method, and I will remove this input file because I don't require it. I just need only one input file, is the ID hidden. So I will remove this, and I will remove all the rest of the input files that are inside our form. I have removed all here now. So now we left only ID, hidden ID here. So this ID will help us to fetch our data by the help of this hidden student ID. Okay, so I will change this update to delete. Delete student, and here I will give one parameter again, yes, slash. Okay, so this will be model class ID will be BTN danger, and this one will be no slash and cancel, like this. Okay, so if I click this button, it will not submit the form. It will close the form, and this one, if I click this button, it will ask us, it will delete the student from the database. Here now let's put here one p tag. So I will use this p tag. Okay, close it like this. So inside this p tag, I want to put here a message. Okay, I will say, are you sure you want to delete this student. Okay, this student with the question mark, and here the class will be class equals to text center. Okay, then I will give width and the width will be I can say 50 pixel, like that. So let's save this. So now let's go to our table. Let's copy this ID. Okay, let's copy this model delete ID, and let's go to our table, this button, delete button here. I will put this model ID here. Okay, So first of all, let's remove this. I will remove this because I don't require it. Then I will open our model here, data toggle equals to model, and the next one will be the other target equals to the ID of the model. Okay, let's paste it here. So here's our ID of the model here. Okay, so we have it here. So now let's check, let's save this and go to our browser. Inside our browser, let's try to refresh our browser and see whether our model will show up or not. Okay, okay, now our page has been refreshed already. So now let's click this button and see whether we will show our model here or not. Okay, so click this button, delete button. Okay, you see we have our model here, right? We have our model. They say, are you sure you want to delete this student? If I click this yes, it will remove this first record into our database. If I click no, and it will not remove the record into our database. Okay, likewise this one as well. If I click this one, it will show up here and ask us whether we want to delete this record or not. If I click yes, it will delete the record. If I click cancel, it will not delete the record. Okay, likewise this one as well. If I click it, it will do the same functionality. So now how to do that, I will show you how to do that. Okay, so now let's go to our, let's close this and let's go to our code again. Inside our code here, inside our delete button here, I will add one ID here. It will be the student ID. Okay, I will add one ID here. It will be the student ID. So now I will copy this ID. It will be the same ID. Okay, I will copy this ID and come here. Okay, let's put it here in front of all. Okay, let's paste it here. Okay, so we have this ID here. Okay, so this ID will help us to find the student ID. Okay, so let's get down to this script code now. Inside the script code here, what I want, I will just try to copy this this whole code here. Just copy it and come down here. Let's paste it here. Close this thing, come down here, paste it here. So now I will try to edit some fields that we don't need here, and I will remove some fields that we don't need here, because we don't need all these fields here. Okay, we don't need all this. I will remove all. We just need only one variable called student ID. Okay, so we just need only one variable called student ID, and I will change the model ID to example model delete. Okay, because our model ID is example model delete inside our delete model. Okay, so here I will change this thing to delete student information. I have changed this thing to delete student information. So now I will remove all these things. We just require only one. Okay, I will remove all these unnecessary fields, and I just want only this one. Okay, this one. So let's save it. Okay, so we have it. So now let's go to the example. Okay, now let me show you one thing. Okay, so let's save this, and now let's find our controller. So now let's save this. Okay, now after here, now let's go to our controller. So let's scroll up here, app. Inside the app, we will see HTTP. Inside HTTP, you will see the controller. Inside the controller, you will see one controller called student controller. Open the student controller. Okay, so now inside the student controller here, let's scroll down to the last function here, which called public function destroy student. Okay, like this. So now I will change this thing to request. Okay, I will change it to request. Okay, so and I will leave this one there, this variable student here. Okay, so now I will use one variable called delete, and I'll assign it with this student here, like this student, and I will say like this all function, and inside this all function I will make it like this. So now I want to echo this delete, so that we check whether we are having our ID or not. Okay, so now I will try to pass echo here. So inside this I will use this print r function. So print r function underscore r, the function is like this, and I will make it die as well. So inside this print r I will pass this variable inside the print r. Okay, pass this variable here. So now let's try to save this, and let's go back to our browser. We try to refresh our browser and hit the edit button. Okay, now our browser is refreshed already. So now let's click this button here to see. You see now we click this first the ID number 1 button here. So I will try to hit this yes, I want to delete the student here. So let's see what we will have inside our screen. Hit it. Okay, you see we have error because of the request here is wrong. So let's go and fix it. So here is the request. I forgot the E, so let's put here E and save it, and let's go back to our browser. Let's try to refresh and see. You see now we have our ID number 1 here. Okay, ID 1 is the one that I click. So let's go back, and if I click this ID number 2, the student ID number 2, let's click this one and hit yes, I want to delete. You see we have student ID number 2. Okay, so likewise if I click this ID number 3 again, and we will have the same thing here. So let's click ID number 3, yes, I want to delete, and you see we have our ID number 5. Okay, because this ID number 3 is ID number 5. Okay, this PHP is the ID number 5 inside our database. Let me show you inside our database. Localhost phpMyAdmin. Okay, now let's click this go button to get inside our database. So now we are inside our database here. So now let's open our Crud application. This database here is our database here. Open this database, and inside our student, let's open it, student table, and you see our IDs here. Okay, and we are inside our student table here, and you see we have ID 1, ID 2, and ID 5. Okay, so as well is this this ID 3, this here, this number 3 is the ID 5. Okay, so if I click this and I hit the yes, I want to delete this student, and it will show me the ID 5. Okay, you see we have ID 5, and if you come here we have ID 5. Okay, so now our things is working. Now let's start the code. Let's go back to the code again, and inside here I will try to comment this one. Let's comment this, and I will use this function here. So let's copy this and come down here, paste it here. It's all the same, and I will assign this model with one variable. Then the variable will be delete student. Okay, delete student equals to this model. Okay, so I will remove this one here, and let's come down here, and I will assign this thing with this one. Let's change the request here. Let's change it to student here. I will pass this variable to delete our data down here, and I will say variables delete student this, and with the delete function like this. So, and save it. So we have our student here now, and let's check what will happen when we delete this student. Okay, so let's save this, and let's go back to the browser. We are inside the browser here. Let's try to refresh our browser. Then let's click this last student here. Click it. Are you sure you want to delete this student? Yes, I'm sure. Click this and see what will happen. You see, our student has deleted successfully. Okay, but now I want to show here a message here when we delete, or when we update, or when we insert a data. I want to see here a message to show us whether the student is inserted, or is deleted, or is updated successfully or not. Okay, so how to do that? Let's go to the code again, and inside our index, let's go top of the page here, inside this call md12, inside here. Now I will add here one function of Laravel, how to get your message by after inserting data or deleting data. So I will let's make here one if condition to able to fetch our message when we insert our data with the help of the session function in Laravel. So I will say message variable, if message variable equals to session, inside the session I will use the get function. Inside the get function I use success. Okay, so I will come down and end this if. So inside this end if, I will use one alert function, a alert class here. The alert class will be alert success. Okay, the div alert success, and inside this div alert success I will pass here one p tag, the p tag, and I will assign the variable inside the p tag here. Okay, this message variable. So I will use this message variable like this. So inside here now we have all here now. So we have our message here. If we inserted our message, so our message will show up in top of here. Okay, in this top here. So now let's go to our, let's save this, and let's go to our controller, and I will pass one thing here. Like if I come here, then I will pass width function here. Inside the width I will pass this success. Okay, the success method, I will pass the success like this. Hey, what's wrong with me? I pass success, and with another parameter, and I will put here our message. Okay, so here will be what the heck, student student updated successfully. Okay, student updated successfully. like this. Okay, and I will copy this, copy this, and come here and paste it here as well. It's the same. Then I will change the message here, student deleted successfully, like successfully. And I will come here to the insertion button as well, student inserted successfully. Okay, like this, student inserted successfully. So now let's check our code. Let's try to refresh. Let's go to the page, let's refresh and see what we will have inside our code here. Okay, now I will try to edit this ID number 1. Let's edit this ID number 1. I change the name to programming with Singate, like this. So I will hit this update and see what we will have inside our table. You see here, you see we have our message here, student updated successfully, right? We have our message here, student updated successfully, and here our table here we have the student is updated successfully here now. So now I want to change this model. I will change this model to make it red danger because it's not looking nice like this. So let's go to the code index. Let's go to down. Let's find delete model. Inside the delete model here, and I will change the model to model danger. Model danger. It's like this, and I will change the model body to model danger as well. Okay, so I will put here model does danger and see whether it will work or not. Model danger, save it. Let's come back here. Let's refresh our page. After refreshing our page, let's click this this delete model. You see, oops, we have our here is not updating. So let's go back, and I will remove this large. I will remove this large class here, model large, and I want this model to come from the top. So I'll make it top, float, fade top. And here I will remove this model danger in the body, and I will pass so now inside here I will use one style called style inside here, background red. Okay, so let's save it. Let's open, refresh our page. And let's check what it's gonna be. Let's open our model delete bundle. Okay, you have our background is red now, you see. So but I will change the text to get to be white, and this text also I want it to be white. Okay, so let's go back here, and I will pass the color as to white. Okay, so it's like this. And yep, so I'll copy this style here. I copy this style and I'll put it inside the footer as well, so that we can have all our model will be like that, danger. Okay, or else I will not put here red danger, I will put a gray because I like gray color. Let's make it gray. Save it, refresh the page. After refreshing the page, let's open our model. Okay, it's looking nice. You see, are you sure you want to delete this? No. Cancel. Yes. Delete. Let's see. You see, student deleted successfully. So let's add one student again. I will add Alaji Singate in Indonesia, Jakarta, mail, like this, and I will remove this address because it's too long, like this, and I hit the save student. You see, we have our student here. Student inserted successfully. So I will stop this video here. Till our next video, I work on the view button. So thank you so much. If you don't subscribe to my channel yet, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon for more updates. If you have any query or any doubt about the video, please leave your comment in the comment section. I will get back to you. Thank you. Allah bless you. See you till next time.